What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. My apologies. My hair is a little bit unruly today. I am in between, not quite long, like too short and too long right now. I'm trying to get it to the correct length where I can start pulling it back. But you got to go through the uncooperative phase. Okay, so this was brought to me by Laura. So thank you, Laura. I want to give you a shout out here at the front of the song. This is Innuendo. I believe he has an actual video of this. It might be a two-piece video, actually. It might be two songs. But this is live. Look, I mean, it looks like it's on his Instagram live. So this will be an interesting little video, right? This is going to be a different perspective. You know, no setup, just him playing. So I think that'll be fun. We'll get into it in just a second, but before we do, two things. One, I'm not an expert, all right? I play guitar. Look, here's my guitar. I play it mediocre. I play piano a little bit. I was in choir. I know how to read music, but I am not a vocal professional, vocal coach, anything like that. So if that's gonna frustrate you, then, you know, I apologize. But I do my best here. Second part is please don't be a dick. You may not like me. You may not like this song, although I feel like it's pretty hard to dislike somebody with guitar chops like this. You might not like my opinion. Those things are all fine. But I would just ask that you be respectful in your comments. I try to be respectful to the artists and to the fans when I do these videos. And I would just ask that you give me a little bit of that in return, right? I am not somebody who wants to build my career on arguing, really. This is subjective. This is my opinion, okay? You don't have to agree with it. That's okay. Let's just be nice to each other. With that out of the way, I do have my coffee. Holding it backwards for you. There you go. Espresso. And let's get this started. This is Innuendo by MARCIN.
Innuendo. Another question later. Do it again. was.
It's a fun ending. You know, you instead of converting straight to the major at the bottom, you go to the minor, and then you come back up to the minor, and then you resolve it. Yeah, what a great piece. That is definitely. I just did a Dimash song, and Dimash is also a virtuoso, right? He has a special voice, and not every song that he does is a showcase piece for the voice. Sometimes it's just doing a song really well. And there are some songs that MARCIN has done that are not as designed to showcase his, all of his abilities. But this one is definitely a showcase piece. I talk about it almost every time, but the speed at which he taps, his ability to transition from playing with both hands, whether it's playing and strumming, playing and picking, playing and tapping, tapping on the neck, his ability to transition from that into immediate, really precise guitar tapping, and then right back is super impressive. That is not an easy thing to do. If you happen to have a guitar or access to one, try playing a song or just playing any notes, just like a 4/4 beat, right? Dun 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 dun, and tap the guitar as you're playing, right? So every fourth beat, dun 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 dun, tap 2 3 4. That's hard enough, right? It is hard enough to play with just a simple rhythm on the body, because you're dividing your brain, you're dividing your attention between, I need to focus on what my left hand is doing and make sure that I've got the right notes and the right finger shapes and everything. And then I'm making my run, so I've got to keep control of the guitar, but also I'm going to take my hand away and play a different rhythm on the body of the guitar, and I'm going to bring it back. That is really hard. What he does is extremely impressive to me. And look, there are other people who can tap. I'm not saying that he's the only guy that can do it. Okay, I'm just saying that anybody that can do it at that level, it's super impressive. I also always like his flair and his patience, right? He has patience when he plays, to not rush. He plays very fast, and sometimes he will play very quickly. But there's a difference between fast and rushing, and he doesn't rush. He gives the piece time to breathe. Right? He gives it space. Well, he'll let a note ring out, or he will let the tension build a little bit before he gets back in. And that also takes skill. You have to be very comfortable. People talk about this a lot with public speaking, but you will almost always perform a speech much faster than you wrote it, even if you practiced it, right? Because what happens is you get on stage and you get stressed and you start speeding up because you're trying to get to the end. And it's not that that's not effective. You can certainly give a fine speech that way. But people who are really good at speaking, especially publicly, are people who are able to pause, right? I'm doing it a little bit here because I'm thinking about my words as I'm saying them, but you let the audience have time to digest what you just said before you move on sometimes. Sometimes you leave pauses for effect, right? To make them wait for what your next word is, right? The tension, you leave the cliffhanger. And he does that with the guitar, right? He will leave space instead of just playing through the piece as fast as he can and getting it over with. He will leave space and then he'll get back in, right? That takes real presence. That takes real control. I don't know if that's something that other people comment on or if I'm just, making it up maybe. But to me, that seems like a real signifier of like mastery, right? He knows the piece well enough that he doesn't just have to get it over with. He can just wait, and he can let the audience get excited for what's coming. He had a little fun with it. I enjoyed his little, don't know what that was. I couldn't tell what he did wrong or what he seems to have done something that he either didn't plan to do or wasn't part of the song or something, because he commented on it, but like I couldn't tell you what the error was there. Thank you, Laura, for the recommendation. This is a pretty piece. I think that's all I have to say on this one. Like and subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. Comments are always nice. You can share it with other people, right? You can tell your friends, hey, there's this guy with a semi-distracting facial piercing, and he reviews really good guitarist. It's up to you. Have a good day, everybody. Stay safe out there. Drink lots of water, and be nice to each other.